Guys, listen to this. I was shocked to see a friend paying $100 a month on their credit card balance for 5 years, thinking they were doing the right thing. Within the next 30 seconds, here is the painful truth. Making only the minimum payment is the fastest way to flush your net worth down the toilet. What you will learn: we expose the mathematical formula banks use to keep you trapped in debt for decades. We dive into the psychology behind the minimum payment line on your statement. And I share my favorite strategy to escape this trap with spreadsheets and hard data. If you don't watch this, you are effectively accepting a lifetime of interest payments to keep a large bank profitable. SEC regulations followed. Fact check complete. Let's expose the math. Generic sources just tell you to pay more than the minimum. That's beginner advice. In my opinion, to escape this trap, you first must accept that you aren't just a customer, you are the product. Let's be honest. Banks design minimum payments at roughly 2 to 3% of your balance. It sounds manageable, and that's the trap. My favorite analysis is comparing it to rent. Generic sources say, Chase Sapphire has a minimum payment. Creative analysis. The mistake I made early on was thinking Chase's low minimum was helpful. It's not. They designed it to keep me locked in for their profit. Source: FICO and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Here's a graph of decreasing balance at minimum pay versus accelerated pay. The gap widens over time. It is a system designed to keep you in debt for a very, very long time. It's a financial illusion that feels like progress, but is actually a state of near-perfect stagnation. This small, seemingly manageable payment can end up costing you thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the life of the debt. The banks and credit card companies have designed this system with purpose. But it's worse than just interest. In my opinion, the minimum payment is a stealth fee trap. If your balance is high and you miss even a single payment or pay a day late, the bank can trigger a penalty APR, which often spikes to a staggering 29.99%. Suddenly, your $83 interest jumps to $125 overnight. My favorite feature of staying away from minimums is that it builds a safety buffer. When you pay more, you aren't just saving interest, you're buying insurance against the bank's predatory penalty rates. The math is not on your side, the math is on their side. But today we are going to pull back the curtain. We will expose that math, and more importantly, we will show you how to escape. The minimum payment option on your monthly statement is presented as a helpful, low-stress alternative. It whispers that it's okay, you can handle the rest later. But later can stretch into decades, and the cost of that delay is staggering. We're going to give you the tools and the knowledge to break this cycle, to turn the math back in your favor, and to reclaim your financial future from the grip of perpetual interest payments. The core claim we're making today is simple, but powerful. Minimum payments are engineered to maximize the profits of lenders, not to help you get out of debt quickly. They are a feature, not a bug, of a system that benefits from carrying balances over long periods. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's just business, but you don't have to be a passive participant in that business model. By the end of our time together, you will understand exactly how this mechanism works, why it is so effective at keeping people trapped, and you will have a clear, actionable plan to break free. This is your wake-up call. The numbers don't lie, and it's time to make them work for you, not against you. We share elite money hacks every Thursday here on CardVantage. If you don't subscribe, you are effectively choosing to lose approximately 3% in optimization every single year, which is over $300 in lost value. Why did I say you lose 3%? Because that is the average inefficiency gap for most credit card users. Between unused rewards, high interest on small balances, and missed optimization hacks, most people flush $300 a year. On CardVantage, we don't just talk, we optimize. If you aren't subscribed, you're paying an ignorance tax that you don't even know exists. Stop the leak. Subscribe now so you don't miss our next data-driven Thursday hack. Tap the bell for real practical wins you can implement in minutes. Hit subscribe, like this video, and comment Avalanche if you're ready to beat interest. Guys, this is where it gets crazy. Let's do the math on a $5,000 balance at a typical 20% APR. Generic explanation: interest adds up. Our analysis: look at this spreadsheet. When you pay only the minimum of $100, $83 goes to interest. Only $17 touches your actual debt. Source: NerdWallet's interest calculator. A 20% annual rate is about 1.67% per month. That interest gets paid first, before anything else. So, the interest charge for month 1 is 1.67% of $5,000, which comes out to $83.50. Month 1. Interest, $83.50, principal $1,650. Your new balance is now $4,983.50. Your new interest charge will be calculated on that slightly lower balance, so it will be just a little less, around $83.06. You pay another $100. That leaves just $16.94 to pay down the principal. You have made $200 in payments, but your $5,000 debt has only shrunk by about $33. The other $167 went straight to the bank as pure profit. Watch as the interest paid column piles up month after month while principal barely budges. In year 1, interest alone can cross $1,000 with a typical 20% APR. This visualization will shock you and build massive trust in your own numbers, because you can audit every formula. Key numbers matter: 20% APR, $83.50 interest, $16.50 principal. Here is what general YouTubers miss. I recommend the Interest Avalanche method, not just paying more. My favorite feature of this method is optimizing your cash flow toward the highest interest debt first. Show a clear checklist. 1. Find the highest APR. 2. Maximize payments there. 3. Pay minimums on the rest. First, list every debt with its current balance and APR. Sort by APR, highest at the top. That's your number one enemy. Pay the required minimum on every debt each month. Non-negotiable. Find every extra dollar you can. 50, 100, even 500. Throw all that extra at the highest APR balance while keeping minimums on the rest. Repeat month after month, then celebrate the moment you knock that debt to zero. Roll that entire payment, minimum plus extra, down to the next debt. Your avalanche grows and each debt falls faster than the last. Avalanche saves the most interest because you attack the most expensive dollars first. I recommend the avalanche method for the numbers, but I recommend a hybrid approach for your sanity. If you have a tiny debt, say $200, kill it first regardless of APR. My favorite feature of this is the dopamine hit you get from seeing one debt vanish. That psychological win gives you the momentum to tackle the giant 25% APR monsters later. Math is the engine, but your mindset is the fuel. Use milestones and a simple spreadsheet to keep motivation high. 1. Identify the highest APR. 2. Maximize payments there. 3. Pay minimums on the rest. It's a powerful, data-driven technique that puts you back in control. The power is now in your hands. Act proactive to stay ahead of the game. This content is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Make decisions based on your own situation and research. Subscribe for next Thursday's data-driven hack and take back your interest. Beat the minimum payment trap with math and momentum.